All right, guys, we're going to be having 5 races per round. Box stock, Vibe, 112 LMH, 21.5 TC, and GT12. So that's going to take us about 40 to 45 minutes per round. So we got to keep it moving today. Keep it moving. So once your race is over, I don't want to have to spend a lot of time yelling for marshals to get back out onto the track. So put your cars down. If it starts taking too long, I'm going to make you exit out the east side and leave them over there. So let's keep things moving tonight so we don't have to stay here until like 11 o'clock. As much as I enjoy all of your guys' company. A reminder, we're going to be doing on-road this Saturday as well. On-road this Saturday. All right, so NASCAR, start working your way over here.
Brad Fink.
Hey, Jason. So for the start, there's like stagger, there's heads up, and there's start on first passing.
I just do heads up.
Okay.
It's just as soon as you hit go, then it's gonna click them, then they'll.
But yeah, for qualifying, but maybe for like racing.
The racing's first passing.
First pass, right? Yeah.
And it should be when you hit the main, it should automatically default to that. When you create the main round.
Still says heads up.
Jeff Wellman. The bald guy. Conrad Brunner.
Alrighty. We're about to get started here. Just need, I know. Need my marshals out there. Bill Stivers, John Sumner, Austin Tunney, and Cracker. We got Sumner. Austin we got here. Bill, I thought I saw. There's Bill. Bill, all right. Sumner, you feel comfortable covering kind of both directions there? Guess we'll find out. All right. Why don't you go ahead and we actually, hold on a second, sorry. Levi, can I get you to cross over the loop by the pit here? Nobody else, everybody else stop, just Levi.
Levi Doty.
And Maddox, just double check. Could you cross over the loop there as well?
Maddox
All right, guys, go ahead and
Doty.
get them rolling. We will do. We'll get it started here. Once you get everybody rolling. All right, everybody is live. Thank you, Bill. All right, your current fast lap so far is Conrad with a 15.7. Everybody else is in the 16s or higher. There we go, Bald with a 15.8. Another 15.8 for Bald. We are 90 seconds in. Your current leader right now is Brad Fink with a 20.502. Maddox with a 19.511. Conrad with a 19.515. Bald Guy with an 18.511. Jeff with a 17.505. And Levi with a 16.5 even. Current leader is the pink and yellow. Front of the driver's stand through the midfield right now. All right, little battle in the backstretch here. Coming around. Conrad rolls it in that golf livery there. .215 to go. Brad still out in front with a 20.511. Conrad with a 19.512. Bald with an 18.501. Big roll from Bald over there.
2 minutes left.
Bald Guy, the only one out there with a Porsche right now. We actually just got those back into the shop. So if you like that Porsche, we actually finally have them back in. Also got the Viper bodies out there if you're looking for that as well for the on-road guys. Coming up on a minute to go here. Minute to go. Brad's still out in front here,
1 minute left.
but only ahead by 4.5 seconds. Conrad right behind him. Bald guy right behind Conrad by 4.5 seconds. Maddox Doty 4.5 seconds behind Bald. Jeff 5.5 seconds behind Maddox, and Levi 10 seconds behind
45
Jeff
seconds
Wellman.
left.
45 to go. I already took one away. Yeah.
30 seconds left.
30 to go.
Fifteen seconds left.
All right, Conrad was closing in, but it looks like he had a little rollover there. Bald guy, 7/10 behind. Let's see
Maddox Doty done.
if he can get it on the last lap here. Keep going until you
Brad
hear your
Fink
name.
done.
Brad Doty, Max, you're done.
Conrad Brunner done.
Bald almost got
The
in there,
bald
1/10
guy
of a
done.
second off from Conrad,
Jeff
but ended up in
Wellman
the third
done.
spot.
All drivers
Everybody
are
is
finished.
done.
Levi Doty done.
Put your cars down and come on out to Marshall for our Vibe Touring Car Spec Class. Sutton, Conrad, Bill, Cracker, Scott, and Austin. (1/12) LMH, you are up next. We were like 35 or 36 on Sunday. We're only over 50, so that's good. We good. Levi, I'll actually have you, why don't you go over to, towards number 4, there's like kind of a triangle made by the dots over there on the other side of the
David
driver's
Sutton.
stand. If you could go there, that'd be great. Thank you. Jeff, you're perfect where you are. Just emotionally and as a human being, you're good.
Austin Tunney.
Thank you, Maddox. All right, I think we should be able to do it with 4 here. All right, marshals, remember to watch your sector, not the race.
Scott Pike.
All right, waiting on Cracker, Bill, and Conrad to get checked in. There's Cracker.
Stivers.
There's Bill. And Conrad should be coming out too. There he is. Right on.
Cracker.
All right. Conrad, once you get checked in and once you've had enough laps you feel like to warm up your tires, you let me know.
Conrad Brunner.
All right, go ahead and get them rolling, guys. Six entries starting our Vibe TC class. All right, let's see what you guys can do. All right, everybody's live. All right, Austin Tunney opened up strong with a 13.336 fast lap. Other fast laps, Conrad, a 13.555. Cracker, 13.553. Sutton with a 13.475. Bill with a 13.547. So pretty much all your fast laps are separated by about 2 to 4/10 of a second. Brian, is that the super rad? Looks good. I like that. All right, a minute 45 in. Bill Stivers up at the top here with a 22.5 even. David Sutton with a 22.5 even as well, only 5/10 of a second off of Bill. Cracker with a 22.511, 4 seconds behind. Watch it in front here. Conrad with a 21.501. Austin with a 21.501. Newcomer tonight, Scott with an 18.5 even. So your 1 through 5 are separated by 10 seconds. Halfway through, Bill still on top by half a second over David Sutton, followed by Cracker, just 2.5 seconds behind Sutton. Sutton's actually closed the gap a little bit. He's now only 0.3 of a second behind Bill. Austin, 3.5 seconds behind Cracker for that third podium area.
2 minutes left.
Sutton now 0.2 of a second behind Bill Stivers. But they are very close, going nose to tail here on the backstretch, coming in front of timing and scoring. 1/10 of a second now between them. Cracker just put in the fast lap for the group with a 12.962. Oh, little tap-roo there. That is going to put Dave Sutton probably at the top of the pole. Let's see when they cross over the time here. Cracker actually takes the lead, jumps David Sutton. Sutton in the 2 spot. Now goes Cracker, David, and Bill. All separated by 1.5 seconds between the 3 of them.
One minute left.
Cracker has a little bit of track area to himself, so he's going to be able to extend this lead possibly here. Let's see what Sutton puts down. Sutton loses ground on Cracker by a second.
45 seconds left.
Stivers falls to the 4 spot. Austin up in the number 3. 35 seconds to go. Cracker now has a 22.501. Sutton 22.504. Austin with a 22.509. Rest of the field rounds out with Bill, Conrad, and Scott.
Seconds left.
15 to go.
Cracker done.
All right, keep it going until you hear your name. Cracker,
David
you're done.
Sutton done.
Sutton, you're done.
Scott Pike done.
Scott, you're all done.
Austin Tunney done.
Austin.
Stivers
Bill.
done. All
And
drivers
Conrad,
are
you are
finished.
done. Cracker with the
Conrad
TQ at
Brunner
a
done.
22-5 even. Very good racing. All right, put those cars down. Get on back out here to Marshall. This is your 1/12 scale LMH. So we got 1/12 scale pan car here with your Le Mans hypercar body. Foam tires, 21.5 open motor.
Brian Fink.
$21.5 TC, you are next. All right, let's get them back out here to Marshall. You can just put your car down anywhere in the building and get back out here to Marshall. I need Scott, Conrad, Bill, Austin, and Cracker, please. Scott, Conrad, Bill, Austin, and Cracker. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Conrad. Cracker, thank you. Scott, you can probably just take that spot right there on that corner. Bill, I'll have you come underneath the stand over here. At the end of the dots here. Greg, was that you that just crossed over the loop?
Kyle Brummett. Greg Huey. John Steger. David Lee.
All right, everybody is checked in. We got our marshals in place, so if you guys want to go ahead and get them rolling. We are live, gentlemen. All right, everybody is live. Caution on the back, go high on the back stretch. All clear. Ooh, a little contact there between Kyle and David Lee. Going through the midfield right now. Caution in the midfield. All clear. 90 seconds down, David Lee, your current leader, with a 24.501. John Steger with a 24.509. Brian Fink with a 23.502. Kyle with a 23.505. And Greg Huey with a 22.504. Your current fast lap is 12.205 by Brian Fink in the neon red, neon orange, fluorescent orange. Either way, it's fast. Greg Huey putting in a 12.265 fast lap. David Lee, 12.398. John Steger, 12.474. Kyle with a 12.762. Halfway through, order remains slightly changed. David Lee still at the top with a 24.501. Brian Fink has moved in the number 2 spot, 24.509. And Kyle actually just jumped up to the 2 spot with the 24.507. So now the entire field right now is 8.5 seconds apart. David Lee is 3 seconds out in front of Kyle, though, but now there's only 0.2 of a second between Kyle and Brian, 1 second between Brian and John. Greg Huey's only 3.5 seconds behind Steger. Extremely close race here across the entire field. All right, 90 seconds to go. Brian's managed to put a little bit of distance between him and John Steger. John Steger just under 2 seconds behind Brian Fink. But David Lee is running away right now, 5.2 seconds ahead of Brian Fink. But Greg Huey has moved up to the 4 spot.
One minute left.
1 minute to go.
"45 seconds left. "30
Oh.
seconds left.
If you can get that, Bill, great. Thank you. 15 seconds to go.
15 seconds left.
That's what I said. All right, keep it going until you hear your name.
David Lee done. Kyle Brummett done. Brian Fink done. John Steger done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that is your 110
Greg Huey
scale
done.
LMH Race 3 qualifier round done. 21.5 TC, you are up. Definitely going to need some volunteers for here. All right, Brian and David, I'll need you out here. I'm also going to need 3 volunteers. 3 volunteers out here. So basically, if you're in the pit, I'm probably going to need your help here. What do you think? Youngest first has to be volunteered?
Ewers. Lou Torres. Chris Simpson. Kyle Brummett. The bald guy.
All right, for this one, I just want to have one more volunteer, one more guy in the middle there with Brian. We get one more person out there.
Greg Huey.
John, thank you. All right, so Brian, going to have you kind of cover like off to your right a little bit. Sumner, you in the middle there, kind of covering a little bit of the midfield. All right.
John Steger.
All right, we got everybody checked in. We got our marshals in place. Go ahead and get them rolling here. Hold on, I'm just going to do a little. Okay. All right, we are live. All right, everybody's putting in some laps now. We are going already. Let's just say everybody's in the low 12s except for Chris. All right, not a lot of drama out there right now. Spoke too soon. There we go. We are 90 seconds in. Chris Simpson out in front with a 27.502. Greg Huey with a 25.501. Bald guy with a 25.506. Jason with a 24.503. Lou with 24.508. Kyle 23.509. Stager 23.511. Fast lap, believe it or not, Chris Simpson 11.537. Everybody else 12 ones, 12 twos, 12 O's. Closest battle right now is Lou Torres just jumping over Jason Ewers by 0.7 of a second on the last lap there. Lou now in the 4 spot, middle of the pack. But he is only 2.5 seconds off Bald Guy.
2 minutes left.
All right, with 2 minutes to go, here is your rundown. Chris Simpson, 27.510. Greg Huey still in the 2 spot, 25.505. Bald Guy, 25.510. Lou Torres, just 1.6 seconds behind Bald Guy. Jason, 1.2 seconds behind Lou. Kyle, 2.5 seconds behind Jason. And Stager, 5.6 seconds behind Kyle. Matt, it's just back up. That's what they're saying. Woo! Lots of air on that one. All right, I think that
1 minute
little body
left.
issue is going to put Jason towards the bottom here. Well, we'll see this time around what that cost him. So Jason's still 6 out of 7 right now, even after that.
45 seconds left.
45 to go. Chris, Greg, Lou now in the 3 spot, the 25.511. Bald Guy 2 seconds behind Lou now. Kyle moved up to the 5 spot.
30 seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
GT12, you're next.
The Bald Guy done. Chris Simpson done. John Stager done. Kyle Brummett done. Greg Huey done. Ewers done. All drivers are finished.
All right, Chris Simpson,
Lou
Greg Huey,
Torres
Lou
done.
Torres, 1, 2, and 3. GT12, you're up. Guys, please put down your cars so you can marshal for GT12. We're doing pretty well on time here. Let's keep it going.
Brad Fink.
All right, gonna need Stager, Ewers, Kyle, Lou, and Greg back out there, please.
Austin Tunney. John Sumner. Stivers.
There's ball. All right, just need Cracker and Ball to get checked in. No.
Cracker. The Bald Guy.
All right, everybody's checked in. It looks like we got our marshals in place. Why don't you guys go ahead and get them rolling so we can get this started. We are live. Caution in the... There we go. Sorry. Caution in the chicane. All clear. We're not 90 seconds in yet. Current fast lap is Cracker with a 13.247. Coming up on 90 seconds in, Cracker is your leader with a 23.508. Bill with a 22.506. Austin, 21.501. Bald Guy, 21.503. Brad, 19.501. John Sumner, 19.507. Closest race right now is for that third spot. Bald Guy just 0.7 of a second behind Austin now. Bill Stivers now only 1.3 seconds behind Cracker for that number one pole spot, TQ. And now we're coming up on halfway through. Cracker with a 22.504. Bill 2 seconds behind him. Bald 3 seconds behind Bill. Austin 0.2 of a second behind Bald. They're just trading that number 3 spot back and forth. Brad Fink with a 20.507. John Summer with a 19.507. Current fast lap is still Cracker with a 13.247. I can go through the rest of them. Bill, 14.1. Bald Guy, 14.1. Austin, 13.9. Brad, 13.6. And Sumner with a 13.7. Again, closest race is Bald and Austin, trading that number 3 and 4 spot back and forth. .90 seconds to go. Cracker's still on top by 4.5 seconds. That might cost Bald the 3 spot here. Let's see what happens over time and scoring. Yes, Bald is now 2.5 seconds behind Austin.
1 minute
Spun
left.
around in the 180 on the east side. Good launch there.
.45 seconds left.
45 to go. Caution in the midfield.
.30 seconds left.
All right, 15 to go, 15 to go.
15 seconds left.
Bill is now 0.9 of a second behind Cracker. Cracker turtled it over there in the chicane. Almost cost him the TQ spot. 2 seconds to go. He's going to get another lap in here. Keep going until you hear your name.
Austin Tunney done. The Bald Guy done. Brad Fink done. John Sumner done. Cracker done. All drivers are finished.
All right, Cracker with a TQ
Stivers
of a
done.
22.510. Stivers 2.1 seconds behind him, and Austin with the number 3 spot. All right, we are going to start back at 7:55. 7:55. All right, we're going to be going in the same order. So again, your NASCAR is going to start at 7:55, and it's going to be your GT12 guys that are not in the race that are going to be marshaling that. So that's going to be Sumner, Tunney, Bill, and Cracker. GT12 guys, you're out here marshaling, please.
Brad Fink. Jeff Wellman.
All right, I see Maddox just put his down. Bald guy's putting the body clips on, so just be a minute here.
Maddox Doty.
All right, I even see bald guy running, so he's coming. All right, bald, go ahead and get checked in. All right, get him rolling,
The bald
guys.
guy.
All right, we are coming up on 90 seconds in here. Your current leader is Brad with a 19.506, which is exactly tying his current TQ. Conrad, number 2, with an 18.504. Maddox, 18.509. Bald Guy, 18.510. Jeff with a 17.510. And Levi with a 15.519. Right now, Bald Guy is trying to get that number 3 spot and just overtook Maddox for the number 3 spot. But he's turtled it in the middle. Let's see if he can get that number 3 spot back. Current fast lap from Conrad, 15.615. All All right, 2:30 down, 2:30 to go. Brad still in the lead, 19.510. Conrad with a 19.511. Maddox with an 18.504. Bald guy trying to get that back from him. He's 4 seconds behind Maddox right now. Conrad now only 0.6 of a second behind Brad.
Two minutes left.
Ninety seconds to go, 90 seconds to go. Conrad just 0.3 of a second off from Brad Fink. That is your closest race right now for that TQ. Though even if Conrad overtakes Brad right now, Brad still has the TQ from round 1.
One minute left. "45 seconds left.
35 seconds to go. Brad has increased his lead a little bit over Conrad. 1.6 seconds now separates them.
30 seconds left.
Bald guy has not been able to catch up to Maddox after that earlier rollover. It's still about a 4,
15
well now it's
seconds
6
left.
second. Maddox has moved up to the number 2 spot. 2.8 seconds behind Brad. Brad still not quite up to his TQ pace, but still leading this heat. Keep going to
Bald
hear your
guy
name.
done.
Bald guy
Levi
caught
Doty
you.
done.
Levi, you're done.
Brad Fink done. Maddox Doty done. Jeff Wellman done.
All right,
All
everybody
drivers
is
are
done.
finished.
The TQ is still
Conrad
Brad from the
Brunner
first
done.
round, 19.506. Then it's going to be Conrad and Bald, followed by Maddox, Jeff, and Levi. Go ahead and put your cars down and get back out here, please, to marshal your Vibe touring car class. It's going to be Cracker, David Austin, Bill, Conrad, and Scott. If I could please get Levi, Jeff, Bald Guy, Maddox, and Brad out here, please, to marshal our Vibe class. All right, start getting them checked in. We got Maddox out there. We got Jeff out there. We got Levi out there. Brian and Bald. I think I'll have you in the middle with Maddox there, please. Maddox, you're going to kind of cover that side over there. Stay where you are, but you're going to kind of cover that area over in that corner. And Bald's going to cover kind of more midfield
David
over towards
Sutton.
me. All right, Sutton got you checked in. Go ahead and get him checked in, guys, please. Let's go.
Scott Pike. Conrad Brunner. Austin Tunney.
All right, just waiting for Bill and Cracker to check in here.
Cracker. Stivers.
All right, get them rolling because we're going to be taking them live. All right, you guys are against the clock now. This is wrong. All right, we're 90 seconds in. Cracker's your current leader with a 23.5 even. Bill Stivers with 22.504. Conrad 22.513. David Sutton now up to third spot with a 22.513. Austin with a 20.512. Scott with a 19.514. All right, 2 minutes to go.
2
Cracker's
minutes
still on
left.
top at 23.504. Bill with a 22.503. Conrad with a 22.508. David Sutton with a 22.510. Austin with a 21.508. Scott with a 19.516. Closest race right now is for that 3 spot between David Sutton and Conrad. David Sutton less than a second behind Conrad.
1 minute left.
All right, 1 minute left.
"45 seconds left. "30 seconds left.
Caution underneath time and
15
scoring.
seconds left.
All clear. Keep
David
going until you hear your
Sutton
name.
Stivers done. Cracker done. Scott Pike done. Conrad Brunner done. All drivers are finished. Austin Tunney done.
All right, that is your race. Cracker is still your TQ with a 23.506. It's going to be Cracker, Bill, David, Conrad, Austin, and Scott for your main. $21.5 TC, you are up. Sorry, 1/12 LMH, you are up. Apologies.
Kyle Brummett. Greg Huey. David Lee.
All right, just waiting for John to check in. Still don't have Stager checked in yet.
John Stager.
All right, we got him checked in. It looks like our marshals are in place, so we're going to go ahead and get it going. All right, we are coming up on 90 seconds into your 1/12 LMH here. David Lee, your current leader with a 25.510. Greg Huey hot on his heels just by 0.08 of a second, 25.511. Kyle with a 22.511, 23.511. John Steger with a 22.5 even. David Lee now 0.1 of a second behind Greg. Greg's taking that one spot, moving up 3 spots right now in qualifying. All right, David Lee just now 0.7 of a second behind Greg. Let's see what happens when they come over the loop here. Greg is actually giving himself some room, now 1.1 seconds over David Lee. We are now halfway through. Kyle up into the 3 spot. Greg running a super clean race. He's got that car dialed in for sure. Fast lap, 12 seconds flat. David Lee, fast lap of 12.2. Kyle, 12.7. John Steger, 12.5.
2 minutes left.
Nice pass there, David Lee. Caution underneath timing and scoring. Caution underneath timing and scoring. "90 seconds to go, 90 seconds to go. One minute to go. Greg Huey's
1
still in the
minute
lead, but
left.
now by only 0.9 of a second. David Lee trying to reel him in here with the last 55 seconds to go. Steger now only 0.8 of a second behind Kyle.
45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
All right, finish him out. Everybody's still alive. Keep it going.
John Steger done. David Lee done. Kyle Brummett done. All drivers are finished.
All right.
Greg
Greg
Huey
moving
done.
himself up 3 spots to the #1 TQ position. 25.509. It's going to be Greg, David, John, and Kyle in your main. Go ahead and put them down and come back out for marshaling of our 21.5 TC. Definitely going to need some volunteers for this one. All right, marshals. Going to need some volunteer marshals,
Yours.
please, so we can get this going. Jason, you're checked in.
Lou Torres.
Lou, you're checked in.
Chris Simpson.
Chris
Kyle
and
Brummett.
Kyle, you're checked in. I need my 1/12 LMH guys. I don't know. I guess most of you are out there, huh? Let's see here. Kyle's out there. Stager's going to be out there. So, David, yeah, I'm going to need like 4 volunteers here. 4 volunteers. So if you're out in the pit, please come out to the track.
The bald guy. John Steger.
Thank you.
Greg Huey.
All right, thanks, Scott. And we're giving ball just a minute here. Thank you, Conrad. Caution over there, caution. All right. Go ahead and get them rolling here. We are a go. Ooh, caution, caution. Caution under time and scoring. Caution under the loop. Caution. Oh, my goodness. What a disaster. Brad, if you could get that, just pick it up. Thank you. Good work. Thank you. Oh, boy, we're not even 90 seconds in here. Okay. Not even quite 90 seconds in. Chris Simpson has put down an 11.343 fast lap. Caution on the east side. All right, 90 seconds in. Lou Torres is currently on top of the 25.511. Kyle with a 24.5 even. Jason with a 24.501. Chris Simpson, the 24.504. John Stager, 23.506. Bald, 23.508. And Greg Huey with a 19.513. All right, it is getting spicy out there. Current fast laps are Lou with an 11.937, Simpson 11.3, Jason with just put down an 11.73, Kyle 12.2, John Stager 12.2, Bald Guy 12 flat, Greg Huey the 12.2, Chris Simpson back up on top. All right, just over 2.5 minutes in, a little less than 2.5 to go. Chris Simpson back up on top, 25.505. Lou Torres, 1.7 seconds behind him. Jason, 2.3 seconds behind Lou, that 3 spot. Jason moving himself up overall to the 4th spot.
Two minutes left.
Caution under the driver's stand. Caution under the driver's stand. All clear. Body tuck there in the back. Good to go. All right, 1:10 to go. Chris, Lou, and Jason. Yes, that's what I said. All right. Still up on top. About 5 seconds between all of them.
1 minute left. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left.
30 to go. Jason now 5th overall for qualifying, though he is 3rd in this heat.
15 seconds left.
Just right now, currently not enough to beat Bald Guy's Q1 of 24.501. Your top 3 remain the same. Chris, Greg, and Lou for the overall.
Chris Simpson done. Ewers done. Kyle Brummett done.
GT12, you guys are up.
Lou Torres done.
And Ball Guy.
John Steger done.
You guys are all done.
All drivers are finished. The Bald Guy done.
All right. Come back out, please, to Marshall at GT12. We can wrap up this round. Might have been our loudest round of 21.5 we've had in a while.
Brad Fink. John Sumner.
Yes, I should have that. Yeah, I believe I've stocked those. Yes, I believe I've stocked those as well. Okay, it's probably like hogged out a little bit. Yeah, all right.
Cracker.
All right, let's get our marshals out there. Jason, could you
Austin
actually help
Tunney.
Scott in the hobby shop, please? He needs some parts for the Vibe.
Stivers.
Thanks, Chris. All right, where are my marshals at? Come on, let's go. Chop, chop. Double time, Lewis. All right, John and Greg, I'll get you guys in the middle there. Thank you. All right, Ball, just check yourself in before you wreck yourself.
The bald guy.
All right, guys, we got our marshals in place. Everybody's checked in. Let's go ahead and get them rolling. All right. Current fast lap right now is Cracker with a 13.489. Coming up on 90 seconds in, Bald Guy is in the lead with a 22.509. Cracker just a tenth of a second, 2/10 of a second behind him. Sorry, Cracker just jumped up to the 1 spot. Bald Spot now 5/10 of a second behind Cracker. Bill Stivers 6/10 of a second behind Bald. John Sumner 1.5 seconds, and Austin 1.5 seconds behind John. So numbers are Cracker with a 22.507, Bill with a 22.512, Bald Guy with a 21.502, John Sumner with a 21.503, 3/10 of a second behind Bald. Austin with 21.510, only 2.5 seconds. Your entire field is only 6.5 seconds apart. This is a very tight race here. Two and a half in, 2.5 to go. Cracker out on top still with a 22.503, currently besting his current TQ of a 22.510. Bald Guy has moved himself up 1 spot in the overall standings. Austin down 1 spot. He is 3.5 seconds behind Bald for the 3 spot.
Two minutes left.
2 minutes to go. Middle of the field right now. Bald Guy in the 3 spot, 21.5 even. Austin with a 21.508, 4.3 seconds behind Bald. Bill 5 seconds off of Cracker, but we've seen Cracker turtle before, so as long as he runs a clean race for this last 90 seconds, should be secured for that TQ spot. Oh, caution underneath timing and scoring. We got a body tuck here coming at you, Chris. You're good to
1
go.
minute left.
Chris is on top of it. Let's see if that gave Bald Guy just enough to catch up to Bill Stivers here.
45 seconds left.
All right, Bald Guy has moved up in the 2 spot for this heat, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to best Bill Stivers' Q1.
30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
All right, Brad, I think you have just enough time to catch up here. All right, keep it going.
The Bald Guy done. Brad Fink done. John Sumner done. Austin Tunney done. Stivers done. All drivers are
All
finished.
right.
Cracker done.
This round, Cracker, Bald Guy, Stivers, Austin, John, and Fink, but your starting for the main is going to be Cracker, Bill, Austin, Bald, Brad, and John Sumner. We're going to come back at 8:50 with NASCAR to start. Turn on practice for you, Brad.
Brad Fink.
All right, your mains are posted, but it is going to be the same order. NASCAR, Vibe, 112th LMH, 21.5 TC, and then finishing the night with GT12.
13-8. Levi Doty.
All right,
Jeff
where are my
Wellman.
marshals at? Where are my GT12 marshals at?
Brad Fink.
I got Sumner out there. I got Cracker out there. Who am I missing? Sumner, Bald, Austin, and Bill. Bill, let's see that 440 speed. There it is. All right, go ahead and take it to the back there. Your order is going to be Brad, Conrad, Bald, Maddox, Jeff, and Levi. Brad, there's like a red dot a little bit in front of you, the next one up. Yeah, I think that's where you're going to need to be. It's a little hard to see that one. Bill, can you put Brad there on the red dot? Yeah, just get that red dot right on top of right on the roof of his car. Conrad, you're in the number 2 slot. Bald, Maddox, Jeff, and Levi. Looks like we got everybody lined up here. $180 degrees around. Just flip it around. He'll do the whole thing in reverse. All right, racers ready. Marshals ready. We are going in less than 5. All right, a little bit of mayhem there in the front. All right, Conrad's going to have to work his way back up through the field. Already slicing and dicing. Clean 180 there. Conrad's the one to watch right now. He's going to give it his all to get back up onto the podium. But Brad running those clean lines. Going to give him a little bit of breathing room. Bald is going to be taking on Maddox here, trying to get on the inside. Going to take it there. Can he keep it clean through the chicane? He can. Still hasn't quite secured that spot. Maddox is right. Oh, Maddox takes it on the inside there. Coming around here. Maddox has figured that car out for the main here. Watch your sector. Watch your sector, marshals, not the race. And Conrad sneaking up behind him, hoping maybe they can tangle up each other and he can slip right by. He has now closed that gap all the way back from the back of the pack to what's he going to be here? He is 0.7 of a second behind. Bald's taking that number 2 spot, but it is close. Maddox not going to give it up easy. And that's Conrad now over the line, up onto the podium. $250 to go, $250 to go. Brad right now with only a 1.7 second lead over Maddox. Conrad 0.6 of a second off of Maddox, though. That top spots, those are close. It is absolutely anybody's game here. Conrad is not going to let Maddox walk away with this one. That is for sure. He's going to be all over him. Maddox right now the only sponsored driver on the track, but the wrong car.
2 minutes left.
Maddox just set the best lap for the field for the race, 15.578. 0.2 of a second faster than Brad Fink. So that is your 1, 2, 3 in the midfield right now. I mean, they are nose to tail. Looks like Conrad just tried to get back, briefly had the number 2 spot. Oh, Maddox gets turned around after some contact. All right, Conrad clear now, has his sights on Brad. Conrad's fastest lap is about 1/10 of a second faster than Brad, so he could be catching up on him. He's got 1:05 to do it. He is 1 second behind him after going over the loop the last time. Let's see where they end up here. He has closed the gap already. Now he has half a second. Oh, Brad rolls it over. Brad drops down to the 3 spot. Maddox up into the 2. Conrad,
5 seconds left.
a little bit of lap traffic ahead of him, but he has a lot of space behind him now.
"30 seconds left.
All right, Maddox has now shaved that lead down to 1.4 seconds. Only 15 seconds left in the race, maybe a lap to go here. If Conrad could just keep it clean. Oh! Was that Maddox just came into the lead? He did.
The bald guy.
Brad
done.
Fink into number 2. Let's see if he can get through the rest of this lap. That is incredible. Last lap over the timing loop. There's Maddox
Maddox Doty
with the win. Brad
Levi
number 2.
Doty
Conrad coming in 3.
Brad Fink done.
Incredible race.
Jeff Wellman
Absolutely
done.
incredible.
All drivers are finished. Conrad Brunner done.
Great job. All right. This is your vibe.
David Sutton.
Main. It looks like all 6 of you are going to be in the main here. All right, let's get them back out there to Marshall. 1/12 LMH is after this race. This is your Vibe touring car spec class here at Jammers. This is going to be a close one too, I suspect. We're all going to tie in how much fun we have, Scott, okay? Off the scales. I love it. Chad, can you kind of straighten out that little bit of ripple there? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're a
Scott
sponsor
Pike.
driver. Different car, different arena. It's okay. Let's get you over in the middle there. You're going to kind of cover that middle sector towards me, and Levi will cover kind of that middle sector going the other way. We got Jeff in the perfect spot there. We got Brad over there. All right, guys, make it to the race. You got to make it to the race.
Austin Tunney.
Everybody, please
Conrad
get checked in.
Brenner.
We've got our marshals in place.
Cracker.
Take it easy out there. Let's make it to the race, guys.
Stivers.
All right, give yourself one more lap here, and then we're going to ask you to line it up on the back. Go ahead and line it up on the back. It is going to be Cracker, Bill, back is closed, back is closed. It is going to be Cracker, Bill, Sutton, Conrad, Austin, and Scott. So let's get Cracker all the way up to the front there. Red dot up at the front. Help them line up if they need it a little bit. Thank you, Brad. All right, Bill, then Sutton. All right, it's not going to be decided in the first turn, so give yourselves some room. All right, Levi, if you could do me a favor, kind of get up off the bucket and move to where Maddox is so they can see the cars. And then after they pass, then you'll run back to there. All right, the lights are off. Our marshals are ready. Racers are ready. In less than 5, a clean start. Restart, 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 restart. We'll go ahead and line them up again. Line them up again. All right, we'll try and stagger them, but let's keep it clean. Yeah, let's go ahead and try and stagger them, see if that helps a little bit. Hold on, hold on. A little bit back. All right. All right, our cars are back in place. Our marshals are back in place. This is the only restart that we're going to do. Up, DQ Stutton. All right, guys, in less than 5. Keep it clean. All right. All right. We're going in less than 5, less than 5. Better. All right, now we have one lap in for everybody. Oh, look out on the back there. There we go. Hold. Okay, you're good to go, Bill. All right, so far, a couple clean laps, roll over, but no major incidents. Separation is Cracker, Austin up to the 2 spot, 1.2 seconds. Caution on the backstretch. Clear, it is clear. Oofa. All right, Sutton is out, unfortunately. Right now, Cracker, that light blue and orange car out front, coming along the back straight, followed closely by Austin Tunney. Austin Tunney is only 0.9 seconds off, gaining on Cracker. Conrad, your number 3 spot, right now trying to fend off Bill Stivers, who's all over him, through the chicane, round the sweeper, onto the back. That is your closest race right now, 0.3 of a second. Over the loop right now, they are showing it 0.4 of a second. Opened it up just a little bit, but it is close. Cracker coming into some lap traffic here, but gets by clean. Now Austin trying to get through that lap traffic. Thank you, Scott. All right, your two battles happening on the field right now are first and second and third and fourth. Very close. Austin slightly closed the gap, 1.2 seconds. Bill and Conrad are now separated by 0.7 of a second. Conrad is slowly trying to get away from Bill. Austin down to 1.1 seconds behind. Current fast lap by Cracker, 13.166. We have a rollover by Bill on the coming into the backstretch there. That is going to drop him down 4.2 seconds behind Conrad, giving Conrad some breathing room. Conrad now just 4.6 seconds off of Austin. Austin's dropped 1.4.
Two minutes left.
2 minutes to go. Still a lot of time left here. Cracker, Austin, and Conrad, 1, 2, 3. Separated by less than 7 seconds across those three. Scott, however, is currently on the same pace about as Bill Stivers. He's only 8 seconds behind Bill. So Bill could lose that podium spot if he doesn't keep it clean for the last 1 minute, 10 seconds. Cracker now 3.4 seconds up on Austin. But Austin has a little over 5 seconds ahead of Conrad. $50 seconds to go, 5-0.
45 seconds left.
$30 seconds to go, 30 seconds to go.
Left.
A lot of distance, may not be a lot of drama as this race closes out.
15 seconds left.
Two, one. Finish your lap.
Austin Tunney done. Scott Pike done.
And that is Cracker
Conrad
for
Brenner
the
done.
win.
Cracker done.
Your podium,
All
Cracker,
drivers
Austin,
are
and Conrad.
Stivers done.
Close racing over the whole thing. Everybody was just too clean, I think, in the end. Yeah, good, man. Love it. All right, 112th LMH, you are up. 5TC, please come on back out to Marshall for our 112th guys. And again, we're definitely going to need some volunteers for the following race, please.
Kyle Brummett. Kyle Brummett.
All right, while we're getting things set up here, just want to let everybody know to keep an eye on the Jammers calendar. I'm updating it over the next couple days. We're going to further solidify our on-road and oval Saturdays. Also, keep an eye out. We're going to be
Greg
running a
Huey.
summer point series. Each discipline is going to have 5 rounds over the summer. More information on that to come, but keep an eye on the website and especially the schedule section. That point series will have a nice big fat trophy to come along with it. I'm in the middle of designing it right now.
John Steger.
All right, we got Austin, we got Bill, we got Conrad, we got Cracker, we got Scott, all in place. We got all of our drivers checked in. Let's go ahead and line them up on the back. Your order is going to be Greg, your TQ, with David Lee behind him, John Steger behind him, and Kyle in the 4 slot. So, Greg, you go ahead and pick the dot that you love the most, and that'll be the start.
I did. Hey, Stager, are you running this body? Are you running this body on your TC? Are you? On your TC, it's about to like fall apart. Your vibe. He must not know. I do not see the whole side of it's ripped off.
Just give him some.
I'll tape it for you, though. You'll be good for me. You got another one?
I got some lead tape in back we can use. John, we're going to tape it up with some of that tungsten weighted tape I have for you, okay? All right, we got you guys lined up. You guys seem satisfied with where you are. We got our marshals in place. We got our racers in place. We got 5 minutes to determine the winner of our 1/12th LMH. We are going hot in less than 5. All right, all the Vibe guys, did you guys take note of how that one started? Nice and clean. Shots fired, shots fired. All right, LMH 12 scale, the quietest of all. All right, Greg, David, John, and Kyle maintaining your starting order here. But David actually took a little bobble over there underneath timing and scoring and is now back in the 3rd spot, chasing down John Steger for that number 2 spot. Closing in, he is 0.3 of a second behind. David Lee in a pan car is not somebody you want following you. There we go. There's the overtake right there. Clean. Now David Lee has his sights set on catching up to Greg Huey, who overtook him with a TQ in the last qualifying. Let's see if Greg still has that car dialed in the way he did for Q2. Gap is now down to 3.8 seconds. But Steger staying all over David Lee. Two minutes in. Greg, David, John, and Kyle is your running order right now. Steger only 0.5 of a second behind David Lee for that number 2 spot on the podium. And there's still only a 3.8 second gap between first and second. All right, 2:05 to go here. Greg is just maintaining almost an exactly a 4-second lead over
left.
David Lee every lap, lap after lap. Ninety seconds to go. There we go. Now David's gaining a little ground here, down to 3.6 seconds. I'm not sure if a minute 20 is enough time for him to catch up, but I think Greg is going to have to run very clean laps from here on out if he doesn't want David to catch up to him.
One minute left.
All right, let's see. Crosses over here. 3.1 seconds.
45 seconds left.
Thirty to go.
Seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
All right, this should be Huey crossing the finish line here.
Greg Huey done.
There is your number one
David
and number
Lee
two. Have these guys bring it around for 3 and 4. Nicely done. Clean
Kyle
race.
done. All drivers are finished.
And that is your race.
John
Greg,
Steger
David, and
done.
John. All right, as I mentioned, we're going to need some help on this race. So please, if you are available to volunteer, just come on out. DQ, right there. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah. All right, thank you, Maddox. Thank you, Levi. I appreciate you guys jumping in to volunteer so quickly. Conrad, thank you. Yeah, Jeff, we'll get you right here. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Thank you, volunteers, for coming out so
Viewers.
quickly. I appreciate it.
Lou Torres. Chris Simpson.
Conrad, you are volunteering at
bald
that
guy.
corner, right? Am I seeing that correctly, or are you just hanging out there? Okay, all right. Wasn't sure if you just wanted front row seats or if you were
Kyle
actually.
Brummett.
Thank you. No, it's all right. All right, for this start here, I just think the only way this is going to happen is if somebody doesn't put on the brakes and just runs right into Chris Simpson. That's the only way it's going to happen.
John Steger.
All right. Greg, you get checked in and then just let me know when you feel like you're warmed up and we'll start lining up, okay?
Greg Huey.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and line them up on the back. It's going to be Chris Simpson, Greg Huey, Lou Torres, Jason the bald guy West, Jason the guy with hair Ewers, Kyle Brummett, and John Steger. All right. Are you guys happy with that? I guess so. All right, we got our marshals ready. We've got our racers ready. We're going to go 5 minutes, 21.5 TC A main to finish out, almost finish out the night, in less than 5. Body tuck. All right, running order, Chris Simpson, Lou Torres, Jason Ewers, John Steger, Kyle Brummett, bald guy, and Greg Huey. Fast lap so far is by Chris Simpson with an 11.4. Second fastest in the field is Kyle with an 11.9. .90 seconds in, Simpson up on top, followed by Lou Torres. Jason Ewers 2 seconds behind Lou. John Steger drops to Kyle Brummett. Kyle went on 1.8 seconds behind Jason, trying to get that last podium spot. Number 2 qualifier, Greg, is out, looks like. I don't think these guys are used to having this many cars out on the track because it is pandemonium out there. Kyle now only 1.3 seconds behind Jason for that third spot on the podium. Lou Torres 6.8 seconds behind Chris. Jason only 3.5 seconds behind Lou. Looks like bald guy is out as well. Oh, no, he's back in it. He's being plagued by that body tuck there.
Two minutes left.
All right, Jason just got overtook by Kyle. Kyle now worked his way up onto the podium right now. Kyle now 1.2 seconds over Jason. Lou comfortably in second, 5.5 seconds ahead of Kyle. But let's see where Kyle, if he can work his way up to Lou to give him some pressure here. Looks like Kyle's just dropped to Jason here.
1 minute left. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds left.
All right, finish the lap. You're on.
Chris Simpson done. Kyle Brummett done. Lou Torres done. All drivers are finished.
All right, can I actually see
Viewers done.
Kyle and Jason up here? I got a question. That's why I'm asking you to come over here so I don't have to yell it. I had a 25-second lap for Kyle. Did I roll over? Did you roll over? Okay, all right. Just want to make sure. All right, so it is Chris, Lou, and Jason for 1, 2, 3. No, it should be me. Should be you? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, because
I rolled over.
okay, that was what I thought. All right.
Transponder 9915123. Transponder 2141379. Transponder 2141379. The bald guy. Cracker. Stivers. Austin Tunney.
Brad and Sumner, I'll need you to go over the loop one more time.
Brad Fink.
Thank you.
John Sumner.
All right, I need, let's see here. Greg. Stager, I see you working your way over there. Jason, you're over there. Kyle, I got you. Lou, excellent. You don't need to go out, Chris, if you don't. All right, right on. Just take you over that little triangle there over there. All right, the lineup is going to be Cracker, Stivers, Austin, Bald, Brad, and Sumner. Cracker, Bill, Austin, Bald, Brad, and Sumner. Bill's number 2. Then it is Brad. Then Austin. Then Austin. Is that right? Ball? Yeah, okay. All right. We seem to have our marshals in place. Lasers off. All right, marshals are in place. Racers are in place. We are going to go for 5 minutes to close out the evening with GT12 A main in less than 5. All right, Cracker. Oh, Cracker, your leader gets stuck. Down to last place. Let's see if Bill and Bald have capitalized on that for sure. Let's see where we end up here. We got another 4.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time. So Bald up 3 spots to 1. Bill still in 2. Brad up to 3rd. All right, Cracker up to the 4 spot. Has a lot of work to go, though. He is 4.2 seconds behind that 3rd podium spot, held by Brad right now. Bill still in 2nd, Bald in 1st. Bald only a 1.2 second lead over Bill. Brad just 9/10 of a second behind Bill. Only 2.5 seconds separate the podium right now. All right, gentlemen, we are only halfway through. Plenty of time to catch up. Your number 3 spot making some big errors. Now we're locked up. All right, coming over the loop, let's get an update on where everybody is here. It's Bald, Bill, now Sumner in 3rd, Cracker 1/10 of a second behind him. Sumner going to have to play some defense, and doing it. Comes up on the short end of that one.
2 minutes left.
Still close, though. Let's see. Cracker, then Sumner 4/10, then Brad 3/10. It's getting messy out there. Oh, look out. Sumner's car just taking a beating. All right, Cracker up into the 3rd spot, but he is 7.5 seconds. Sorry, 7.5 seconds behind Bill. So he's got a lot of work to do. There's still only 1.1 seconds between your 2 leaders, Bald and Bill. So that is a race to watch right now. And now Bill's closed that down to 9/10 of a second. Let's see what they do when they come over the loop here. Only half a second separates them. This is going to be the race to watch for the last 35 seconds here. It is going to need to be clean. Bill is closing in on Bald right now.
30 seconds left.
2/10 of a second. Now they are all over each other. Bill trying to get on the inside. 18 seconds to go. They're going to get another lap out of this to
15
battle it
seconds
out.
Left.
This is going to be the deciding lap right here. Your leader's coming under the driver's stand, through the midfield, through the chicane. Now around the sweeper. This is it. This is it. Watch it. Watch it.
The bald guy done.
0.15 seconds separated
Brad Fink
them.
done.
A great finish
Austin
there.
Tunney done. All drivers are finished.
Excellent work.
Cracky
Excellent
done.
night, gentlemen. Thank you so much. All right, come on over for some podium pictures, some well-earned